Hello everyone, my name is Sid and welcome back to our YouTube channel. With the real estate prices increasing the way they have been in the last couple of years, a very important aspect is estate planning, and most of the times when we get into home investing or home buying or selling, we tend to neglect home estate planning. So today we have Elikem Deley from Sorbara Law, which is one of the biggest law firms in the Region of Waterloo, talking about estate planning. So welcome, Elikem. Thank you for taking the time out and recording this with us.
Thanks for having me, Sid.
Yeah, so Elikem, with estate planning like I'm talking about, I think the first question that comes to our mind is, what is a will and who needs a will?
That's a very important question. So a will is a very important document. Anyone over the age of 18, any capable person over the age of 18 should consider creating a will. A will is the only way to ensure that the people you want involved in your estate administration and the people you want to receive your estate will actually receive it. So a will is important because it dictates who can administer your estate, as well as who is going to receive your estate. It helps plan for minor children, for vulnerable or disabled beneficiaries, if there are specific things that you'd like to give to particular people, if you need trusts, if you have corporate assets, all of that can be taken into consideration with your will. The more planning you put into your estate plan and your will, the easier it will be for your family, and it really is the best gift you can leave your family.
Wow, Elikem, did you say 18 years old and above?
Yes.
Wow, guys, I'm sure most of us have not even thought about it. I think it's the right time for us to start looking into it and get a will done at the earliest. So Elikem, what happens if we do not have a will?
Yes, and there are many, many Canadians that don't have a will. And if you don't have a will, it's called an intestate estate. So that's passing away without a will. And it essentially means that there is no one authorized to speak on behalf of your estate or to manage the estate affairs. And it means that no one can move forward with the estate until they are formally appointed. So with an intestacy, the Succession Law Reform Act kicks in, and it dictates who is allowed to apply to be your executor, the person who administers your estate, and it dictates who is allowed to receive your estate. So with the executor, it essentially moves to your next of kin. So if you have a spouse, your spouse is first in line to be your executor. If there's no spouse, your adult children will equally be allowed to administer your estate. If there's no children, it goes to parents, then siblings, then nieces and nephews who are over the age of 18, then grandparents, first cousins once removed. It will go through your entire bloodline until they find the first person in each of that level. That might not be the person that you want to administer your estate, but if you don't have a will, you don't get a choice.
Wow, guys, and that makes will very important. Now, we've also heard of this term called power of attorney. Can you throw some light on that, please?
Sure. So a power of attorney is a document that appoints someone to manage your affairs if you are incapable of doing it yourself. There's one for property and there's one for personal care. A power of attorney for property appoints someone to make decisions related to your assets, your property, your affairs. They can sign your name. They can do anything that you can do except change your will. There's also a power of attorney for personal care, which appoints someone to make decisions related to your health, medical treatment, accommodations, hygiene, those sorts of personal decisions. So they're very important documents to have. And if you don't have them, you cannot assume that your spouse or loved ones will be able to make the decision. It ends up having to go to court and having someone apply for guardianship just to be able to make decisions for you. So it's a very important document to have in addition to a will.
I'm sure it is. This is great information, Elikem. Thank you so much for sharing everything, not everything, but at least a little bit about estate planning. And I'm sure it gives our viewers a thought to start thinking about estate planning. So if you have more questions, you can reach Elikem Deley at the details given below. And I am your realtor in the Region of Waterloo. All your real estate needs. please feel free to call me 437-339-0300. Thank you.